Hey, Roger. Roger? Why am I all alone? Well, Roger is not here because he's somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean coming back from his trip in Ireland. So I'm all alone, but I won't do this alone because we've got something special for you. 2 weeks ago, was it? Was it 1 week? I don't even know. We were at the District 123 Toastmasters International Conference, and we met with Prez Vasilev, the 2013 World Champion of Public Speaking, and we had a great panel discussion with Prez. So Roger and I and Prez, together with our moderator, who was Mia Torr, who brilliantly kept us under control. You will get the recording right now. So that's what we're going to look at right here. But before I click on play, I just want to let you know how you can reach the 2013 World Champion of Public Speaking, Prez Vasilev. Go to this website right here, prezsays.com, P-R-E-S, the verb says.com, prezsays.com. Now, let's go into the recording right away. You will see that we had some laughs, some light disagreements, and at least one point, Mia had to really come in and get us back in control. Enjoy the show.
Maybe an opening question that would be helpful here is, what kind of speaker were you before you decided to take that leap and start to speak? Prez.
Well, for me, when I joined Toastmasters, I was very unsure of myself. I thought that I don't have anything important to say. I just wanted to improve my English speaking skills. That was the reason why I joined Toastmasters. I didn't even know about speech contests, let alone the world championship, public speaking. No, I just wanted to improve my English speaking skills. And what I discovered is this safe and supporting environment that becomes like a second family. People there for you to cheer, to root for you, no matter how bad you did the speech. They're going to clap, they're going to cheer, they're going to encourage you. So you build that little bit of confidence, so next time you do a little better.
Yes.
And next time, a little better. And then just a little better. And with the passing of days and weeks and months, people started asking me, what are you eating? What's your diet? There's a change in your head. You're transforming. As we free and loosen up and start tapping into our personal stories and sharing and mastering a skill here, a skill there, transforms us. And we serve as that inspiration for others who come after us.
I
That's
love
the
that.
beauty of Toastmasters.
For those others who come after us. And so I'm hearing that little improvement, 1% every day, every day. And also what you said about being safe. We had a guest come to our club. He was unsure. He was kind of angry because the library had posted the wrong time. Oh, the grouchy guest. And by the end of it, his face had transformed. And he said, do you know what, Mia? This is the most psychologically safe environment I have ever seen. Right? Right? This is what we need. Roger, how about you? What kind of, I can't imagine you not being a great speaker. So who were you before? Were you born speaking? Most people say, Roger says, well,
from the beginning.
Good evening,
I came out. Yes, look at me.
And he hasn't stopped talking since.
No, the reality is that I was a very shy kid growing up, extremely shy, but I was also an athlete. And I allowed my skills on the track to speak for me. That was my voice for many years. When I came into Toastmasters, it was because of urgency. And my family had a family-owned business. I had recently taken over that business. And I had a situation where I walked into a brand new supervisor's office. And I thought that just by simply saying I'm the owner, that gave me the credibility and the respect. And he stared at me as if, who are you? And I froze and I had no idea how to speak in that situation. And I left there saying to myself, I never want to feel intimidated anywhere, any place, anytime again. And that's why I joined Toastmasters. So table topics was amazing for me because it was helping me to develop those skills when you have to walk into an office or into a boardroom and be able to feel comfortable talking and hold your own and your confidence.
Yes.
But, Prez said that you go little by little by little, but it starts by one person who sees something in you. And for me, I will always, always, always give credit to a gentleman by the name of Sanjay Sharma, who when I first started in my club and I did my very first speech, he came up to me and he said, "You'll be a champion one day. I can feel it."
Wow. What did that do to you, hearing that?
Dude, are you crazy? I'm just here to have some fun and learn how to feel comfortable in small settings. But every time I went and I did a speech, he was in the room and he would just go like this to me. My members from Brampton Toastmasters might remember Sanjay Sharma, but he kept on doing that to me. And that's what, because of the athlete in me, that allowed me to feel that competitive spirit again and started competing. And that's how it all really started for me.
I love the idea of having one person who champions your success. And I think a lot of us have that. Hands up if you've got someone in your club who said, I believe in you, right? I believe in you, that one voice.
Yep.
Gosh, when I needed it, that was important. I love that. Thank you, Roger. Alexandre, what kind of speaker were you before?
Incredibly
Much.
You talk too much.
Well, actually, when I was very young, like 3 years old, I was almost mute. I didn't talk to anybody except in the house with my very close family and very close friends. And my teacher was really worried because she said he can't talk. He's, what's the word? Nonverbal. He's nonverbal. So, and my mother's like, what? No, come over to the house and you'll see. And strangely enough, I guess it wasn't because of the teacher, it was because of the setting. In school, I didn't talk, but when she came over, my mother says this, I don't remember. I went over to the house and said, hey, come see my room. And I showed her around. But in certain settings, like later as an adult, young professional, sometimes I would need to represent our organization outside and just say your name, your title, and your company. And it's like, okay, Alexandre, should I say my last name? I don't know. I'm Director of Finance, Carrefour. How do you say Carrefour? And I'm going over just those 3 words. And finally, when it comes, I'm Alexandre, Carrefour, Francophone de Sudbury, finance, money stuff. So, and then I fell on Toastmasters by accident because I had nothing better to do on a Wednesday night. I got the invitation, and when I was there, I saw people who were at all different sorts of levels. I thought they were going to be really good because come see like Toastmasters. And I saw people learning, but there was this one guy, Michel Lafrance, president of the club, but he was also presiding the meeting. I thought, wow, the way that he's commanding the room and that he's also the silences were, I thought, that's what I need to learn. That's why I learned finally after 4 meetings.
Wow.
That's why I joined finally.
Did anyone have an experience like that where you were being asked to speak at work and it wasn't quite coming out? I hear that from a lot of people who come to our club. Why are you here? Oh, I have to speak at work. I have to give a presentation. And that fear is real. It is real. It is justified. And I love seeing and being able to share with our members, do you know what? Great, you're on your way to the world stage. They might turn around and go out the door and come back. But I love hearing that you are greats, but you're human beings too. We can all have a collective sigh of relief. It's in the cards for all of us. I want to be mindful of time, so I don't want to spend too much time on this, but maybe one of you can share with us, was there an aha experience or a moment when you decided, you know what, I'm going to compete? Did it come on gradually? Did it come on all at once?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for
Roger?
me, it was, I watched a lot of the members in our club. We've got a few here. I mean, Lena Shaw, she's right there. Shout out to Lena. She sat with me the first few weeks. I would sit beside her and just kind of learn the whole process of Toastmasters in general. And it was a gentleman there, Tim Cischini, who was the guy. You ever have somebody that's always seems to be the person in your club that wins and all? Sounds like me, right?
I was going to say, he's right here.
But at the time, it was Tim. And here's what I did that most people don't do. Most people say, oh, he always wins. I don't want to bother trying.
It's not worth it.
The opposite. I said, I want to learn from him. What is it that captivates the audience with him? And how is it that he's able to send a message or be able to have everybody in that room say, oh, he's such a good speaker, right? And so I started to learn. And then I would look at other people in my club, and this is for everybody. Start having a pen and paper there and watch everybody, and I mean everybody in your club, because you will take pieces, little nuggets from them, and they will be able to craft who you will ultimately be, right? And that's what I did. I started to take pieces, and when I say pieces, not all the positives, some of the negatives where you say, that's not who I want, right? Sorry, I'm offending anyone.
Don't point any fingers.
You want to do that.
Yes.
That's what I did. I started to really study everybody in my club and all around and learn little pieces that made them great. But Tim was the genesis of it all.
Okay, so I think we owe a thank you to Tim and a thank you to Lena. Thank you for that, Lena. We are so grateful for you to be able to nurture this young diamond in the rough. And I imagined it was the athlete in you saying, I'm going to beat Tim. That's it. I'm going to do that. Maybe not.
Yeah.
When you said, when we're learning from everybody, I think there is also an opportunity for us to measure how far we've come. When you see a beginner up there with their icebreaker and you're cheering them on and you're supporting them, do you see a little bit of yourself in them?
Yeah.
You can measure how far you've come.
Yes.
That's fantastic. So on the way, so you make the decision. You are talking too much, you came out speaking, you have the sexy accent, you decide you're going to go to the World Championships. What obstacles were you facing along the way? And did any of them almost stop you? Did you ever have a, oh, that's it, I give up moment?
Well, speaking of the sexy accent, so for me, I quickly discovered that I was hoping that the audience would give me feedback initially on my accent and where I'm mispronouncing a word here and there. But what I discovered is that they hold off. They risk offending me or insulting me to comment on my accent. So I took drastic measures. And I would go to the Toastmaster every time and say, please announce before my speech, Prez is here to improve his English speaking skills. Please write down every word he mispronounces and give it back to him. Lo and behold, at the end of the meeting, I start receiving the list of words, and I'm like, what's going on here? And now I have homework.
Ask and you shall receive.
It's a fun place, That's cool. So go back home, get on Google, type each word, play, pronounce, and try to imitate and repeat the pronounce. And if I stumble and get stuck too much, like we said before, English is a rich language, isn't it? You open a thesaurus, oh, that's a simple word. I can master that. But I gave the audience permission.
Yep.
And then I opened the floodgates. And the feedback started trying, and that's how we grow. So if there's an area that you really want to improve and you're not getting it, ask the audience. Give them permission.
Yes.
We each struggle with something different. But if you open that, you grow faster because you get that feedback, and gradually I started to improve.
Well, what would you say to someone who is afraid of that feedback? Was it ever hard to take? You get the feedback and you go, oof, and you remember the one negative thing among the 20 positive evaluations. Was that ever difficult for you?
Yeah. So as I was preparing for the semifinal in 2012, I did a tour. I went to all the way to Southern Ontario, and I'm in Sudbury, so it's really far. And I had my own form. So when you say ask precise feedback, that's what I did. And one of the questions was, are there any distractions? My thinking is, in the story, in extra characters. There's a noise that I do, and one of these comments was your shoes. What's wrong with my shoes? It wasn't these. I have since understood the importance of really small distractions, something that you don't think. I was wearing old sneakers, and it was a distraction, at least for one person who wrote it, but probably for others as well. And I thought, even if it's a rehearsal, you need to dress the part and make sure that you're not giving extra distractions to the audience. So it was difficult at first, but when I really thought about it, I thought, yeah, they're probably right.
You made your own evaluation form?
Yes.
Oh, that's a revelation to me. I think if you're a specific place in your speaking career, in your speaking life, and there's something you want feedback on, what a great idea.
So for the World Championship, for the speech contest, especially when you start going to higher levels and you start visiting clubs and you want feedback, don't just ask, what can I do to improve? Ask them one specific thing.
Spit it out.
How is my pronunciation now?
See, they're human. They're human.
So I asked, there's one main question that I asked when I got to that level. It's, what are you getting out of this presentation? Personally. I just wanted to know if my message was landing. If I didn't ask that question, I didn't get that feedback. All I got was, well, you could do more gestures, or you could do eye contact, or move this way. It's like, I've got a coach already. I don't need to know all these details. And 20 people telling me things that are repetitive. Like, I love that feedback. It's useful at a certain point. But when you're at that level, I just want to know, is my message coming through? And that completely changed how I was able to build my speeches.
Yeah, can I add to that?
Yes, I was going to ask you a question about that, but you go ahead first.
Just because I agree with him wholeheartedly. We're Toastmasters. And part of being a Toastmaster is giving that evaluation and helping each other. But sometimes it can be overwhelming. And especially at this level, when you get to the World Championships, especially if it's your first time. And I'll never forget when it was my first time going there in 2015. And I did the same thing. I went around the circuit and went to all the clubs, and I was told to do just that. By the time I was done, I asked myself, did I win with this speech at District? I won at District with this speech, right? So it becomes overwhelming. So you have to try to, and I say to people, even when I'm coaching, I say treat every evaluation like a strainer. Put the strainer up, and it's like having pulp in orange juice. If it's not something that you, in your heart, feel it's worth changing on yourself, that lets you be authentic, whatever. It's not going to do anything for you, and it's going to change who you are. And what we want to be is authentically ourselves when we're on stage, because that's what people see. And if they don't see you, they can see right through you with that.
Can I take that strainer for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, the strainer, so vivid.
So one thing I want to add is that sometimes you may get that part, and if it starts getting too many parts, then maybe it's a direction that the audience is pulling you in that you might have to take. So one thing during my journey is I would look at the pattern in the feedback. So let's say an idea comes, and they're not happy with this part of the speech, but I initially like it. But then someone else says that.
Yes, right.
Then a third one says, I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I may have to make a change.
Whoa, Prez, wait a minute.
That's completely different one.
No, wait a minute. Oh, whoa.
Hold on. Sir, wait one moment, because Alexandre has something to say.
I take so much power.
Gentlemen, I'm supposed to keep you in line. Shh.
You're wrong.
Your turn. Okay. Alexandre, and then Roger, and then back to Press. Go ahead.
Just very quickly.
Okay.
When I'm preparing for my semifinal speech in 2022, I offered controversial subjects, and people kept telling me, "Oh, don't talk about abortion, don't talk about religion, don't talk about." But that's part of my speech. It was so important. So I got a lot of that pulp. Threw it out, whatever the metaphor is. But I knew what was important for my speech to work. So sometimes, even if you get a lot of feedback that goes the right way, it doesn't mean that it's the right way for your speech.
I love that. I love that. And I lied to you. I was going to come back. Okay, Roger, you got 30 seconds and 30 seconds because we have
just getting
one
started.
more question after. 30 seconds, Roger.
I was just going to simply say that my coach told me the same thing in that if one person says something to you, listen to it, but if it doesn't fit you, okay. But if two or more start saying the same thing, think about it.
Yes.
Think about it.
Consider it.
Whether it is in his case where he says, no, you know what, it doesn't alter what I really want to say, or if you say, okay, that's a good way of thinking about it. Let me see if that can work. But when it's two or more people saying the same thing, be careful about it.
Two or more people say the same thing. Think about it. Think about it. Did you want the strainer one more time? No, you're good. You're good.
With Roger, it's still straight.
All right. Since we're dealing with pulp, some people like pulp, some people don't. As you're sifting through these, this is our last question here. Has there been a guiding principle for you as you go through, as you decide what feedback you're going to own and what feedback you're going to discard? Maybe some guiding principle that someone in this room needs to hear.
For me,
Yes.
the guiding principle is I'm there for my audience,
I'm there for my audience.
not there for myself. That's not how I started.
Yeah.
We all start with, this is the story I want to share. This is the message. This is it.
This is the trophy I want to win.
But then you realize that you can make a bigger difference than just improving yourself.
Okay.
This contest and just the contest gives you a platform to where we can change a life, because you never know who will be that person in the audience who needs to hear your message today.
I'm going to repeat that for everyone. Who is the person in your audience who needs to hear what you have to say today? Beautiful. Thank you, Press. Roger,
Yeah, leave your ego at the door.
leave your ego at the door.
Leave your ego at the door. That's the biggest thing that I learned. And in the beginning, when I was competing, it was about me. And I wanted to show my skills, and I wanted everybody to give me praises. And it took me being humbled. And I shared that story with you on Friday night, if you were here. It took me being humbled at the World Championship semifinals in 2018 and having Jacqueline, where are you, Jacqueline? Are you here? Jacqueline Payne? It had me, right. So it was having her tell me to act like a champion. You already been here. I mean, stop it. So when I came back in 2021, I completely changed how I was seeing it. I started to think about it. Number one, I had fun. I took the pressure off myself and started having fun. And number two, what is the audience going to get out of this? Are they going to be able to take something that they could walk away with instantaneously and use in their life? Right? And that was important to me. So that was the one thing, especially in my semifinal speech.
Okay. See, there's so much goodness here. Can you yell out a word? What did you get from this?
Humble.
Humble.
Ego.
Ego. Leave your ego at the door and act like a champion. That when you said that the other night, I locked it in. I'm like, act like a champion. And then we were walking down the hall and Davide said, are you cold? I'm like, no, I am a goddess. I don't get cold. Act like a champion, right? Wear it. Get it into your posture, Dr. Mike. And Alexandre, what was your guiding principle?
Well, when I started competing, first, it's just my club colleague, Sue, who said, if you really want to be better at public speaking, try the contest. Competing, I don't know. So at first I didn't want to compete. I almost didn't want to win. But after winning district the first time, my first try, I thought, whoa, this is really cool. I could be world champion. This was so dumb. I took pictures of world champions. This was before your time. And I thought, I'm going to be the next one. It's like a vision board. It's interesting, right? A vision. But at the same time, I was so concentrated on the title and on the trophy that I forgot about the audience. So it took me a while to understand, but the pressure is different. The pressure that you give yourself is different. In 2009, I remember going to Cleveland for the semifinals, and I was looking at the trophy. Oh, this is what I want. So as I'm on stage, I'm thinking, I'm going to win. I'm going to win the trophy. It's going to be so good, and people are going to like me. I completely failed that speech. I ruined the ending. But later on, when I understood, and it's Mark Hunter, 2009 world champion, so he's the one who won that year. He coached me later on. He made me understand what we're saying here. It's about the audience. And the pressure is so different. When I went to the world championship in 2022, I was nervous. He knows. He called me right before. He helped me calm me down. But I wasn't thinking about winning the trophy. All I wanted was making sure that my message of tradition goes through to the audience. So I was feeling this nervous energy because it was important for me and for the world. And that made the world of a difference.
Beautiful. Oh, Alexandre, thank you.
And this guy,
This is beautiful.
if you need anyone to pump you up before you go on stage and to calm you down if you need it, call this guy.
Fantastic. You've just added another tier to your coaching.
Another tier.
Another tier. So it is about the audience. Audience, have you gotten something useful today? Raise your hand if you've got a nugget you're going to take forward. I am so grateful to all three of you for showing us that transformation. It is not just, except for maybe Roger, that you're born a fantastic speaker, but that speakers are made. Leaders where leaders are made. It's not just cheaper than therapy. This is where leaders are made. And each of us, standing exactly where you are right now, where your 2 feet are, can be walking toward, above, and beyond greatness. Let's give a huge round of applause for our world champions. Yay! Oh, and for me as well. Okay.
And there we have it. I'm trying to get back on stage. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. We are going to be back in 2 weeks. Next week is Victoria Day, or as we say in French Canada, the Day of the Queen, le jour de la reine. So we will be back in 2 weeks. Just remember, as we always say here, whether you agree or disagree, you can always have great convos. See you soon.